So, how do you know this is one of ours? Dr. Waleed patted the corpse's shoulder and winked at me. You're going to have to get closer to find out. I don't really like getting close to corpses, even ones as unassuming as Cyrus Wilkinson. So I asked Dr. Waleed for a filter mask and some eye protectors. Once there was no chance of me touching the corpse by accident, I cautiously bent down until my face was close to his. Vestigia is the imprint magic leaves on physical objects. It's a lot like a sense impression, like the memory of a smell or sound you once heard. You've probably felt it 100 times a day, but it all gets mixed up with memories, daydreams, and even smells you're smelling and sounds you're hearing. Some things, stones for example, sop up everything that happens around them, even when it's barely magical at all. That's what gives an old house its character. Other things, like the human body, are terrible at retaining any vestigia at all. It takes the magical equivalent of a grenade going off to imprint anything on a corpse. Which was why I was a little bit surprised to hear the body of Cyrus Wilkinson playing a saxophone solo. The melody floated in from a time when all the radios were made of bakelite and blown glass, and with it came a builder's yard smell of cut wood and cement dust. I stayed there long enough to be sure I could identify the tune, and then I stepped away. How did you spot this? I asked. I check all the sudden deaths, said Dr. Waleed. Just on the off chance. I thought it sounded like jazz. Did you recognize the tune? Not me. I'm strictly prog rock and the 19th century romantics, said Dr. Waleed. Did you? It's Body and Soul, I said. It's from the 1930s. Who played that? Just about everybody. It's one of the great jazz classics. Can't die of jazz, said Dr. Waleed. Can you? I thought of Fats Navarro, Billie Holiday, and Charlie Parker, who, when he died, was mistaken by the coroner for a man twice his actual age. You know, I said, I think you'll find you can. Jazz had certainly done its best to do for my father. You don't get vestigium on a body like that without some serious magic, which meant that either somebody did something magical to Cyrus Wilkinson, or he was a user himself. Nightingale called civilians that used magic practitioners. According to him, a practitioner, even an amateur one, frequently leaves evidence of their practice at their home. So I headed over the river to the address listed on Mr. Wilkinson's driving license to see whether there was anyone who loved him enough to kill him.